अभी सब आपको याद रहा कि नहीं रहा पता नहीं, but you have to retain this because water distribution is not a very wide topic. You just read it and you easily understand. Okay, from the last bench, either you both have changed the seat or you are not talking with each other. If you have very important topic to discuss, you leave the class and discuss all the matters. Understand? And I repeat, I am not repeating this sentence again. And if I will see you, you will talk to each other. I will किसी एक को यहाँ बिठाऊंगा, दूसरे को वहाँ बिठाऊंगा. This is not the picture all you are discussing here. इतने समय बाद क्लास लेने आ रहे हैं, फिर भी आपस में बात कर रहे हैं. Okay? So water distribution is mainly depend upon the social condition, social habits and climatic condition. What is the meaning of social habits? That is either the person taking more caffeinated tea, cold drinks and other types of food beverages. And climatic condition is that if the person is residing in a cold climatic condition, that the fluid intake and the water intake of the person is less in comparison to a person who are residing in hot climatic condition. That's why the water intake is depend upon the climatic condition also. Metabolic water, and we already discussed all of this. Water input, water output, body electrolyte. What are electrolytes? Now we see the definition. Substance that dissolve in solution dissociate into ions. These are electrolytes. Okay, sometimes question may be asked, what are electrolytes? Write the role of electrolytes in our body. Question may be asked in this form. So at least you have to write the definition. So all of you write this definition in a copy. That is, electrolyte is what? Substance when dissolved in solution dissociated into ions. Okay. These are able to carry an electrical current. Either it is cationic or anionic. You already know what is the meaning of cation, what is the meaning of anions. Okay. So sometimes questions in the university exam may ask, what is electrolyte? Write the role of electrolyte in our body. Okay. Which clinical condition is associated with electrolyte balance in the body? Okay. And you already know electrolyte is very important because here is the process of movement of the water. It is either diffusion, osmosis. Okay. In the transport, we already discussed ion channel transport mechanism. You know the role of ions. If there is less distribution, if there is low level of electrolytes, somebody person may have different conditions, clinical conditions like dehydration, like edema and other things. Okay. Body electrolytes, we already have NaCl and potassium chloride. We already discussed all these topics in the previous class. I am not repeating this. Now, the types of the electrolyte which is present in the body is sodium, largely present, potassium, it is important for normal muscular functions, chloride, regulating osmotic pressure, and acids in regulating acid-base balance. So chloride is very important in respects with metabolic acidosis, respiratory alkalosis. Understand? So that's why electrolyte is important. During the clinical condition of metabolic acidosis, metabolic alkalosis, these chloride, ion chloride shift, or these all the mechanisms are disturbed. So at least you have to know the main role of these electrolytes. We already discussed the acid-base balance in the previous class, so you have to correlate this. Now electrolytes are well distributed in the different body compartment. It mainly produce Osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure, osmoregulation, you already know it is important to maintain water balance inside and outside the tissues. Okay? If the balance is disturbed, which clinical conditions are caused? Edema. Now calcium and magnesium, we discuss also why this magnesium is important, because in our biochemistry aspects, most of the enzymes are dependent on magnesium, calcium for their functioning. Okay, so that's why it is important. Which enzyme depend on magnesium for their function? Glucokinase or hexokinase. Both of you wear your mask. अपना मास्क, जिसके पास मास्क नहीं है वो ठीक है, जिसके पास मास्क है वो मास्क पहले पहन ले, ठीक है. अभी थोड़ा सा प्रोटेक्शन रखने की जरूरत है भाई, ठीक है. नाउ वी हैव डिफरेंट टॉपिक फॉर द मोर डिटेल डिस्कशन ऑफ मिनरल्स मेटाबॉलिज्म. ओके, व्हेन वी स्टडीड द मिनरल मेटाबॉलिज्म वी डिस्कस इन डिटेल अबाउट दिस ऑल द मेटाबॉलिज्म, सोडियम मेटाबॉलिज्म को, all these electrolytes metabolism. Now movement of water and electrolyte. Diffusion, you already know, these are dependent concentration gradient movement. Okay. Osmosis, movement of water across a membrane from a less concentration solution to a more concentration solution. Ajay, what is the basic difference between diffusion and osmosis? Yeah, definitely. There is a main presence of semi-permeable membrane. Osmosis, diffusion of water across a selectively permeable membrane. Osmolality, there are different chemical terms used to describe the units. Basically, moles per liter of the solution is called osmolarity. Osmolarity is per kg of solvent. It is same as the chapter you studied in the chemistry section, that is solution. Normality. Okay, terms is same, but when we talk about the osmosis, osmoregulation ways, it is as osmolality and osmolality. Sodium added dissociated ions in plasma makes the largest contributions. We discussed already all these things. Yes. Now, normal fluids and electrolyte exchange in the body. Now, distribution in the osmotic equilibrium in different compartments by the mainly presence of electrolyte in intercellular fluid and extracellular fluid in both ICF and ECF. There is a presence of electrolyte which maintain different equilibrium. Okay. So into the compartment with higher osmotic pressure, it is called hypertonic. You already know what is hypotonic, what is isotonic, what is hypertonic. What is that? What is hypertonic? किसका कंसंट्रेशन ज्यादा होगा? हाँ, किसका होगा? Salt concentration is more. Salt concentration is more. Okay. Now, in the concentration gradient of sodium and chloride, potassium tend to diffuse out into the cells and chloride enter the cell. So, what is basically we going to study more about this? The homeostasis of body water means regulation of body water balance. Understand? This is the main important topic to discuss in this water electrolyte balance. How the water is regulated inside and outside the body by the presence of electrolyte and different clinical condition, how it is managed. Okay. Now, to maintain water balance, homeostatic mechanism, water balance is important for water body. So main thing is that it is mainly distributed of water in ICF and ECF. ICF is intercellular fluid, ECF is extracellular fluid. Okay. Now we see the homeostasis balance of the water intake. We take water from the metabolic pathway. We take different food items in generally in our diet. In the dietary intake, there is 400 to 500 ml of food we accumulated, and we drink at least 1500 ml of water per 24 hours. Okay. And you will see there is excretion of urine, that is 1500 ml of water. So mainly what we understand from this figure, we just maintain the balance of the water in our body by the excretion and by the intake of water. Intake of water by different dietary foods, okay, by different drinking. Now electrolyte balance, nothing important. Now factor, the factor is very important. You have to write at least all the factors that is in a human body. The first thing, in the healthy state, the osmotic pressure is due to cations is equals to the osmotic pressure due to anions. We have two types of electrically charged electrolytes, the positively charged electrolytes and negatively charged electrolytes, cation and anion. Yeah? Which is predominantly due to equal concentration of cation and anion in each compartment. What is the meaning of each compartment? Yes, that is ICF and ECF. Okay. These are the important. You have to write at least this. Solute homeostasis is maintained by ion transport, water movement, and kidney function. These functions act to keep body fluid electrically neutral, osmotically stable. So, what are the meaning of electrically neutrals? Means electrically neutral means here is number of cations equals to the number of anions. That is the meaning to maintain it. And osmotically stable means the process of osmosis and diffusion are proceed in equilibrium way. Okay. Ion transport, water movement, and kidney function. Kidney is a main important organ to regulate the water balance in the body. By which hormone? Renin hormone, angiotensin. Okay, the role of angiotensin to maintain the water balance. Now you see, that is the cell membrane. The first step, water loss from extracellular fluid compartments. Solute concentration increase in the extracellular fluid compartments. Water leaves intercellular fluid compartment by osmosis. So what is that? Which process is proceed on in this figure? If I am here talking about the specific gravity, what is specific gravity? Student, we already discussed the specific gravity in a different topics, but you know the meaning of specific gravity. Yes, that is what is specific gravity? Number of solutes per volume. Okay, so what happens when there is more expenditure of electrolyte, more solute concentration is increases? There is a process. What is the process called? Yes, exosmosis means leaves of water inside by the cellular membrane. Okay, why we call osmosis? Because water is passes through a semi-permeable membranes. These membranes are present in outer layer of the cell. Okay. Now fluid exchange, same process. we have cell membrane, metabolic generation, we have 300 ml of intercellular fluids, mainly waters, okay. And through the urine output, we losses some of the 1200 ml of water, and by the different metabolic of biomolecules, we have already take 220 ml of water from the food, and it maintained by different process. Now, kidney maintain the water regulation mainly. Okay, so we understand with the directly with the diagram. Kidney play role to excrete excessive water through the urine, dilute form of urine, excessive electrolyte through the urine. Now, you will tell me which hormone mainly relate the water regulation urine output. ADH. That is first one. We discussed already the main function of this ADH hormone. Okay, first thing. Second thing, there is angiotensin, which maintain the water regulation in the kidney. Okay, by the role of renin. Okay. Now the biochemical factor. This is a specific factor. Up to this, we discussed some of the factor which is not related biochemically, but it is main biochemical factor which maintain the regulation of water and electrolyte balance. The first one is neural mechanism, that is thrust mechanism. Thrust mechanism, you know, we have thrust center in the hypothalamus. We send the feedback message to the body to take the water as a drinking form. Antidiuretic hormone, that is vasopressin. Vasopressin is very important hormone to maintain water electrolyte balance. Understand? Due to deficiency of this hormone, the person is suffer from diabetes insipidus. Okay. Renin, angiotensin systems, aldosterone, ANP, and kinin. Now we discuss one by one all these factors in detail. Thrust mechanism. When the body water is lower due to low intake of fluid, body fluid loss through the obligatory losses, urine and feces. We feel the thrust to take the water. These lead to decrease in the volume of body fluids with respect to the solutes and rise in osmotic pressure, and the ECF volume is decreased and become hypertonic. These tend to draw water from the ICF and causes cellular dehydration. You have to write this point by this. First you write the first factor, that is neural mechanism, third mechanism, okay, and then you will write when the body of water is lowered by the intake of fluids or different mechanism, there is less of ICF and increase of extracellular fluids, and ultimately it sends to the message to the thrust center of hypothalamus to take water. नोट किया? ये भी पॉइंट नोट कर लो. ICF वॉल्यूम डिक्रीजेस एंड बिकम हाइपरटोनिक, टेंड्स टू ड्रॉ वाटर फ्रॉम द intercellular fluid, causing cellular dehydration, and ultimately due to this cellular dehydration it stimulates the thrust center in the hypothalamus. And when this thrust center is stimulating, person intake the water to maintain the water balance between ICF and ECF fluids. हुआ? वही सेम है, इसमें कुछ नहीं है. In response to stimulus of thirst center, these occur dryness of the mouth, feeling of thirst, make drinks water, water ingested orally and regulate the body water. यहाँ तक तो क्लियर हो गया. ये तो पॉइंट आप नोट कर लेंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. ठीक है, वही वहां तक नोट करिए. हाइपोथैलेमस स्टिमुलेट हो गया. ठीक है, उसके बाद क्या है वो सब ठीक है. नाउ ठीक, ओके. Now the role of antidiuretic hormone to maintain body water balance. Antidiuretic hormone is basically produced by the hypothalamus and stored in posterior pituitary glands. Now the role of this antidiuretic hormone is to maintain the mainly urination, mainly excretion of water through the kidney. Okay. Now the action of peptide hormone ADH is by cyclic AMP and increases the osmolality. So what will you see? To maintain the water balance, either it is mainly act on the electrolytes to maintain the condition, either it is hypertonic or hypotonic. Okay, and increasing in osmolality, sodium concentration of plasma promotes ADH secretions and vice versa. ADH is a water conservation hormone. It acts on renal collecting tubules for reabsorption of water by renal tubules. This is the main and specific function of ADH hormone. What is that? It acts on renal collecting tubules. We have PCT and DCT, proximal columnar tubules, and what is that? Both the tubules are perform the mechanism reabsorption. You already know, through the GFR section, glomerular filtration rate, it is reabsorbed, and some of the metabolites are also reabsorbed. Glucose is reabsorbed, proteins are reabsorbed in some of the amounts. Okay, and non-traceable amounts are present in the urine, and it's all the processes controlled by which hormone? ADH. When we have less amount of ADH, less secretion of vasopressin, what happen? The reabsorption rate is less. So ultimately, when the reabsorption rate is less, more excretion of water through the urine, and if body loses more water, what happens? There is dehydration. When the body water is depleted, ADH exert anti-diuretic effects. ADH affect renal tubules, provide the facultative reabsorption of water from distal tubules. Right at this point, at least you have to study all these points. Urine output will be lower, urine concentration will be increased, body water will be maintained. This is the main function of ADH hormone, to maintain body water balance in the body. These are the point important, how the ADH hormone regulated the body water balance. Generally, this question is not asked in your exam, but if the question is asking how write the biochemical factor to maintain the body water balance, so you have to write all these points. Role of ADH, okay. Now, renin-angiotensin mechanism. Renin-angiotensin systems is work when the blood volume is low, blood pressure is low. It is also maintain the blood pressure. Kidney, liver and lungs are involved in renin-angiotensin systems. Now we discuss one by one with this figure. Okay. So what we point noted here, kidney, liver and lungs. Kidney, liver and lungs means the renin-angiotensin systems involved in renal, liver and lungs to maintain the blood pressure and to maintain the body water electrolyte balance. Now you see all the role of this renin-angiotensin: decrease blood pressure in the kidney, in the liver. They are mainly synthesize angiotensin first and angiotensin seconds. ये डायग्राम का आप पिक्चर ले सकते हैं. You have to take the picture in your mobile. Now we discuss one by one with these points in the next slide. चलिए. Okay. Now we discuss this figure mainly by step. Renin is released by the kidneys in response to decreased blood volume. Okay. Renin causes tensinogens, plasma protein formed in the liver, to split to produce angiotensin first. These are particularly mechanisms, and already we discussed the main role. Lungs convert angiotensin first to angiotensin second by angiotensin converting enzyme. Angiotensin second then stimulates adrenal gland to release aldosterone. Aldosterone that increases peripheral vasoconstrictions. Now we studied step by step. इसको note कर लीजिए. You have to do it step by step. The first step is renin is released by the kidney to decrease blood volume. नोट कर लिया. ये कर लिया. ये ठीक. Renin-angiotensin system regulate aldosterone hormone from adrenal gland, and during homeostatic mechanism of water and electrolyte balance. Now what happens? Mainly there is fall in ECF volume, extracellular fluid volumes, decreased blood pressure, and juxtaglomerular apparatus of nephrons of the kidney to secrete renin, and renin then stimulate liver angiotensin to produce angiotensin first. All of you noted this point? All of you noted this point? Okay. Now I think we discuss this point in the next class in detail. Okay. Thank you. Balance. Okay. And the factor affecting aldosterone secretions. Some of the anti-nucleotide peptides. Role of kinins. We discuss it in the next class. Now osmolality, which maintain isotonic solution. What is isotonic solutions? Some of the 0.9% sodium chloride solution, normal salines, Ringer solution. Why it is important to study it? Because all these solutions are used in the hospitals. Yes, in intravascular fluid, IV fluids. Okay. Now saline isotonic solution. Have you seen this? The saline isotonic solution? RBC. Saline hypotonic solution. What are the changes here? Have you seen some of the changes? It's become more puffy. देखेंगे आप थोड़ा सा वो स्वेलन किया हुआ है. हाँ, देखिए आप यहाँ से देखिए, ऐसे देखिए इसको. You have to see the circular form with this RBC cell, and in the hypotonic solution it become more क्या क्या हाँ ऐसे रिपीट करें. देखिए आइसोटोनिक में सेल वॉल्यूम थोड़ा कम है, बट इसमें आपका सेल वॉल्यूम ज़्यादा है. देयर इज अ मूवमेंट एंड डिफरेंट प्रोसेस. ना हाइपरटोनिक सॉल्यूशन में रैप्चर्स. हाँ क्या कह रहे हैं? हाँ. Now these are some clinical condition which is related with that. Dehydration and overhydration. Types of dehydration we discuss in the next class. Primary dehydration, pure water depletions, causes of primary dehydration. ये पढ़ के आइएगा, ठीक है सब लोग. एक बार आप लोग रीडिंग लगा के आइएगा, नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे. What are the clinical manifestations of this? How will we manage this? Dehydration, most common dehydration condition, causes of mixed type dehydration, biochemical alteration, feeling of thirst, low BP management, secondary dehydration causes. We discuss in detail, all these points we discuss in detail. Overhydration, water intake, causes of water intake, headache, nausea. Electrolyte imbalance में क्या होगा? All these are important. Hyponatremia, hypernatremia, hypokalemia, hyperkalemia. Okay, to understand the basic condition, that is edema. ये important है पढ़ना इसमें. ये सारा हम डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे. टाइप्स ऑफ ईडिमा we discuss in the next class. Thank you.
So you are going to the immunity chapter part 2. Immunity chapter is very complex, okay? In the online classes I am very much tried to understand about the immunity basics. But for your exam purpose, not too much complex exams questions are given normally. কথা বলিস না। Yes? কি আছে? পরীক্ষায় হ্যাঁ। হ্যাঁ, কি আছে সিলেবাস জানি না আমি। So take an example, please silent. Take an example of COVID. You are exposed COVID virus is a foreign and it goes inside your body. Someone is giving symptoms and someone is not giving symptoms, that is asymptomatic. What is happening? That is the immune system. Regular, we came across with different types of bacteria, fungus, parasites, but daily we are not in sick, right? আমরা daily অসুস্থ হয়ে যায় না. That means our immune system helps to detect the pathogens and identify and kill it before giving any immune response. Now, suppose you are getting attached with some COVID positive patients or COVID patient friends, and then so this is a fact that someone having some high fever and someone has no fever. What is going on? Is a basic thing is that whatever it is entry in your body, first of all recognition is must. In previous class I told that the pathogen associated molecular pattern is there, PMS, and also in our host cells, PRR, that is pattern recognition receptors are there. First of all, we have to recognize. After the recognition, after the recognition, some of our systems are involved. That is the innate immune system and adaptive immune system. First response will be given by the innate. Innate system means some sorts of cells are there, that is কি WBC cells, mast cells, NK cells, dendritic cells. So these cells are helps to for our innate immunity. But still remember, within this macrophages is very important and dendritic cell is very important to proceed for the adaptive immunity, because these cells are patterns. These are the repeated. What will happen? Whatever it may be COVID, it may be bacteria, maybe virus. Whatever it may be. What are those? Anyone? First of all, it brings macrophages. Remember, macrophage is a monocyte. Has different variations. Like in CNS, it is called microglia. In the lungs, it is called alveolar macrophages. Liver, Kupffer cells. In the kidney, mesangial cells. Cells is a macrophage. Remember, আর কোনো এখানে তর্ক বিতর্ক নাই। These are the cells. Mesangial cells are the basically macrophages. Cell lining is different, but mesangial cell acts like macrophages in kidney or renal system. Then in our bones, bones osteoclast. So, first of all, it invites macrophages to kill this pathogen by phagocytosis. Right? Now, yes, dendrites mean dendrons. Cells are invited to collect the peptides antigen. Collects peptides antigens. এই peptides antigenটা এলো কোথা থেকে? In short, suppose this is our host cell. Okay. Now this virus, yes, this is a virus, and in the inside there is a genetic material is there, genetic material. So viral protein is come inside our host cell. What will happen? This host cell viral protein, this is viral protein, and there are in our host cell there is a proteasome. Proteasome means is the proteolytic organelles inside our cells. So these viral proteins are broken by this proteasome to viral peptide antigens. Virus, viral protein, proteasome break down to viral peptides, and these peptides will go after the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Suppose this is a rough endoplasmic reticulum. Mitochondria also there. Now this rough endoplasmic reticulum forms a complex that is called major complex. এখানে তৈরি করবে। Then ওটা কি জিনিস? দেখেছিস প্রত্যেকটা স্টেজ কত ইম্পর্টেন্ট। মেজর হিস্ট্রি কম্প্যাটিবিলিটি শুধু বললাম, 1 and 2 কিছু বলিনি। Yes, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ওকে, নো প্রবলেম। যা কিছু আছে এখানে ক্রোমোসোমাল সেন্সেশন আছে, এখানে ভিতরে আমি আর বেশি যেতে দিয়েছেন, তাহলে আমি আর এই সেল থেকে বেরোতে পারবো না আজকে ক্লাসে, এই সেলের ভিতরেই ক্লাস শেষ। সো আই এম টেলিং দ্যাট দিস, আই এম রিটিং হিয়ার দ্যাট ডেনড্রাইট কালেক্টস দ্য পেপটাইড অফ অ্যান্টিজেন্স। এই পেপটাইডটা মানে এলো কোত্থেকে, আমার কথা হচ্ছে এটাই। সো দিস আর দ্য, দিস color is a peptide, broken peptides antigen of that pathogen. Clear? Now here MHC is formed. MHC দেখতে কি রকম হয়? 1 and 2 এবার দুটো ভাগ আছে। This is a cell and this is spreading, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and again this one. So this is alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2. This is called MCH class 2. এই স্ট্রাকচারটা এইখানে তৈরি হচ্ছে। কোথায় তৈরি হচ্ছে? রাফ এন্ডোপ্লাজমিক রেটিকুলাম। তার কি কাজ? তার কাজ কিছুই না, সে এই পেপটাইড যে অ্যান্টিজেন্স গুলো আছে, কথা বলবি না কেউ, অ্যান্টিজেন্স গুলো যেগুলো আছে সেটাকে সে ক্যারি করবে এবং ধরবে। উদ্দেশ্য কি? পুরো টোটাল এই সিস্টেমটাকে এই সেলের সেল মেমব্রেনে উইথ দিস পার্টিকুলার পেপটাইড অ্যান্টিজেন সেল সারফেসে নিয়ে আসবে। হ্যাঁ এই তো এখানে ঢুকেছিল, ঢুকে কি কি হিসেবে ঢুকেছিল? ভাইরাল প্রোটিনস, প্রোটিওজোম ভাঙলো, নিয়ে ভাইরাল পেপটাইডস। The peptides are collected by the MCH1 maybe 2. That is a different issue. But suppose this is 2. Suppose this is 2. Example for this is a structure. This is a peptide structure is there. Alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2. There is a groove for the peptide antigen, and then is transport from here collecting this one to the membrane surface. That means এইখানে আসবে any antigen presenting cells will বাস আমার লেখাটা এবারে ক্লিয়ার হয়েছে। these are the antigen, এই ভাইরাসটার অ্যান্টিজেন এইখানে এসে হাজির হলো। কেন হলো? because it is antigen presenting cell, অ্যান্টিজেন এখানে আছে। হ্যাঁ, সাপোজ এই যে দুটো কালার এটা অ্যান্টিজেন আর এটা অ্যান্টিজেন প্রেজেন্টিং সেলস। এখন অ্যান্টিজেন প্রেজেন্টিং সেলস, ইফ দিস অ্যান্টিজেন প্রেজেন্টিং গোজ টু দ্য লিম্ফেটিক্স উইদাউট অ্যান্টিজেন, কোনো কাজ হবে? তারপর হবে না। lymphatic system means আমাদের B cell and T cell, that is an adaptive system. When adaptive system is activated, when the large amounts of pathogens are coming, so some solid memory, immunological memory must be there, antibody must be there. For the production of antibody, T cell activation is must and B cell activation is must. So if B cell activation is must, a B cell will differentiate into plasma cell to form the antibodies. Now, suppose this is the antigen presenting cells, may be macrophage, may be dendritic cells, and also remember B cell also acts as the antigen presenting cells. In our body, only 3 are the antigen presenting cells. That is a dendritic cell, is a macrophages, and the B cells, nothing else. So these cells helps to present antigen with the clustering with the MSC 1 or 2. Suppose এই অ্যান্টিজেনটা এইখানে দিয়ে গেল, মানে অ্যান্টিজেন প্রেজেন্টিং সেলস and these are the antigen গেল, যাচ্ছে কোথায় যাচ্ছে? লিম্ফ ভেসেলস দিয়ে। সাপোজ দিস এরিয়া ইজ এ লিম্ফেটিক্স ড্রেনেজ, দ্যাট ইজ এ লিম্ফ নোড। হিয়ার ইজ এ B cell and here is a T cells are there. মনটা দিয়ে বোঝ, এটাই বুঝলেই সব শেষ। এখানে সব ক্লিনিক্যাল ফিচার্সও এখানেই হয়। সো দিস থিংস উইল হ্যাপেন, অ্যান্টিজেন প্রেজেন্টিং সেলস হ্যাভিং অ্যান্টিজেন বাট উইদাউট MHC লাগবে না, বিকজ T cell accept those anti-presenting cell which are coming along with MHC. So these will come definitely. This part is important for the recognition of antigen to a T cell or B cell. Now how it is peptides is formed, this is I am explained in very short. এখানে অনেক কিছু ঘটনা ঘটে, whatever it may be. MSC এলো থেকে is coming from the rough endoplasmic reticulum. MSC carries the peptides antigen and then it goes to the surface to express the antigen. So first of all, macrophage will try to kill the virus, bacteria, parasites. How? By the phagosome. Remember, he or she or it, they, যা বলবি, they also express such that because it is the antigen cells. ঠিক সেইভাবে ম্যাক্রোফেজেরও কিন্তু হবে। Macrophage also can present like this, because this is also antigen presenting cells. But first macrophage tries to kill the bacteria, and if the number of bacteria virus pathogen is more, then it secretes some interleukins, cytokines, it releases some sorts of cytokines to attract the other cells. সোলজারকে বলছে ভাই এসো আমি পেরে উঠছি না, অনেকজন এসছে আমি কটাই মারবো, so neutrophil please come, neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil come. Neutrophil you know already that any bacterial infection the count will be high, that's why we are seeing the CBC report. But in case of viral neutropenia is happening, but lymphocytes is increasing, because in viral part to kill the virus antigen the T helper cells are very important. So number of T cells, proliferation and differentiation will be more. So relative lymphocytosis it is called in case of viral infection and also some case of typhoid infections. Always you see that's neutropenia and relative lymphocytosis. যতটা neutropenia হবে তার relative lymphocytosis হবে. That is a clue from the CBC report. But if this macrophage can't help to more damage to the antigens or pathogens, he or she or it secretes cytokines. Cytokines, different types of cytokines. Coming later, what are the cytokines are coming? Cytokines is coming to attack the neutrophils, lymphocytes also, more macrophages, তোরা চলে আয়, কিছু জিনিস টিস্যুতে থাকবে, কিছু ব্লাডে monocytes আছে, then monocytes will come to the tissue and then it becomes macrophages and acts is going on and on. Try in our body is mainly to kill the organism, whatever it may be. First of all it will try, and this try comes first, that is the innate immunity. That is our innate immunity. Innate immunity is not specific because he does not know that is a bacteria, it is pathogen, what type is this, it does not know anything. He just knows this is a foreign antigen by the recognizing through the pattern recognition receptors and through the pathogen associated molecular patterns which is present in all over the pathogens. Name may be different, but this is present in all pathogens to first recognize. Recognition is very important to further action. So any entry may cause, I am telling, there is a three main function. There is a macrophages coming. Macrophage as a antigen presenting cells also may come. Dendritic cells, it also goes to adaptive system, adaptive immune system. Dendritic cells are the most important junction, helpful for the both connection, innate and adaptive immunity. Without antigen presenting cells, adaptive immunity will not start. Because in the adaptive immunity, T and B cells are there. Yes? MSC. ঠিক বলেছিস। মেজর হিস্টোকম্প্যাটিবিলিটি কমপ্লেক্স ঠিকই আছে, MSC, ওকে, আর কোথাও আছে? So these are the major histocompatibility complex. That means this is the complex which present antigen for peptide antigens. I am talking only the peptide antigens, but what about the other antigens like the polysaccharide, like the nucleic acid, by the lipids, by the glycolipids? Remember always one thing, T cell detects or accept only the peptide antigens. T cell accept, detect or actions only the peptide antigens, but B cell recognize or helps to detect any antigen like protein, lipid, carbohydrate. That's why B cell is very important for us. Not only that, only the peptide antigens will come. কখনো এমন হতে পারে না শুধু অ্যান্টিজেনটা প্রোটিন হবে, সেটা কার্বোহাইড্রেট হতে পারে। That may be lipopolysaccharide, because you know the gram-negative bacteria is a PAMS is a lipopolysaccharide. And there, peptidoglycan, some gram-positive, that is Staph aureus. In this way, that is helpful to get the B cell. B cell recognize other antigens also along with the peptide antigens. একদিকে protein antigen, একদিকে others antigen. T cell only recognize peptide antigens or protein antigens. এখানে আর কোনো কনফিউশন নেই। But B cell recognized or activated by the antigens which are not only protein but maybe carbohydrate, lipids, etc. Number 3 function is complement activation. Number 3 is complement activation. Complement activation. In previous class I described more or less about the complement, how complement acts, how complement destroy a microorganism, how complement invites inflammations. So these things are described in the previous online classes. Till now, any bacteria virus is running 3 main functions and then carry forward. Now, inflammations. Why I am taking so much stress about the inflammation? Any disease, you are going to be a doctor, you are dealing with any disease is a inflammations or infections. Infection may cause after the inflammations. Inflammation may cause after any infection. So inflammation is a different and infection is a different. So these things are inflammations is very much first acute phase immune response is inflammation. Acute phase immune response is inflammation. How it is happens? Suppose this is our macrophage and this is our neutrophil. These are the main primary cells for the innate immunity. They are released different cytokines. What are those? Suppose it releases interleukin 1. কি হবে? যেটা তোদের হচ্ছিল। কি হচ্ছিল? Whenever we are suffering from any virus, that is COVID virus, is happening, there's a high fever, anorexia, lethargy. That means it goes to the brain and temperature threshold level is changes and so fever is coming on. So it goes in the fever along with lethargy, body ache and also anorexia. কেন হয়? Interleukin 1, any illness. Interleukin 1 will come from this way. These are the macrophages and these are the neutrophil. Innate immunity soldier, first line soldier. They will try to give a inflammation immune response in a protective fashion. That's why এই ফোন করে আলাদা ওরা হচ্ছে যে স্যার 104 জ্বর 105 জ্বর ভালো হচ্ছে না, কি করব, কোন ওষুধে কাজ করছে না, করবে কোথেকে? প্যারাসিটামল maybe prostaglandin inhibitors are there, it's causing the set point in the hypothalamus. But it is this interleukin 1 releasing from after the coming antigen or any pathogens, this set point is different. So until unless viral load, viral replication or bacterial growth is decreased by our innate immunity, until that fever will come. Fever is a protective, that means our body is fighting with these soldiers. So these symptoms will happen. তার জন্য আলাদা করে কেউ খেয়ে নিচ্ছে, আইবুপ্রোফেন খেয়ে নিচ্ছে, আচ্ছা করে নিয়ে পেট ফুলিয়ে নিয়ে চলে আসছে. So these are happening. So if you know the pathogenesis of any disease, it is easy for you to dictate of a patient. Otherwise you will say, বাবা এত জ্বর আসছে, চলো ভর্তি করে দাও, আর জীবনে আসবে না. So any other interleukins? Interleukin 6, interleukin 6. What is the role of interleukin 6? Interleukin 6 goes to the liver to produce acute phase reactants. To produce acute phase reactants. It goes to the liver to produce acute phase reactants, also called opsonin. What are the other option? This is also an option. Complement way 3A. Remember 3A. Acute phase reactant is coming due to this interleukins, and this is a marker of the CRP. কোভিড এর সময় দেখছে না সিআরপি হাই হয়ে গেল এই যে, এবং ইন্টারলিউকিন 6 ও দেখেছে সেকেন্ড ওয়েভ থার্ড ওয়েভ। দ্যাট মিন্স ইফ ইন্টারলিউকিন 6 is too much high, that means too much immune response is coming, and that may cause cytokine storm, and that's why in the second wave we lost many people, and that is determined also genetically. If I go in deep, it will be very much clear to you why someone is happening to cytokine storm and another is not happening, is going to the hospital and coming back to home. But this is it is a CRP, suppose it is the optioning. So CRP level is indicates any infection may cause high. Any infection, that viral, bacterial, fungal, parasite, CRP level will increase due to this interleukins. Then again, any interleukin 8. Interleukin 8 recruits more and more neutrophils. It recruits more and more neutrophils and also activation. Another interleukin 2 and interleukin 12. No. 7 আসে না এখানে। Interleukin 12 and interleukin 2, it activates non-killer cells. It activates non-killer cells. 12. So it acts on non-killer cell to activate. How? NK cells is a natural killer cell. Natural killer cells, there are different receptors are there, and it only recognizes the foreign infected cell, cancer cell, viral infected cell that damages through some enzymes, through some chemicals to damage the infected cell, and that is stimulated by the interleukin 2 and interleukin 12, and that comes by the activation of these macrophages and neutrophils. Does not mean that dendritic cells doing nothing else. No, dendritic cells also can produce interleukins. I am taking two innate cells. Dendritic cells also innate cells, but innate cells, mainly dendritic cells, acts like macrophages, antigen presenting cells. It goes to the lymphatic system, lymph nodes, and activates B and T cells. So now it is clear for you symptoms wise. Any infections is coming on with fever, joint pain, redness, color, rubor, duller. So these are happening due to the interleukins is coming on, and this is the immune response of a infecting agent. If this immune response is hyper immune response, বেড়ে গেল, যেটা বাচ্চাদের হচ্ছে 2 মাস পরে একটা কোভিড হলো, then COVID stimulate the immune response, but there was no checkpoint to some extent to some individuals. Checkpoint is determined by some chemicals and some proteins which are genetically determined, and so this checkpoint is not there. So hyperimmune response will come after the 2 and 3 months, and the child, mainly child, is happening with a multi-organ dysfunction syndrome. I have diagnosed in the second year, so no, it's not autoimmune. It's basically, you can say it's autoimmune, not like that, because it is a hyperimmune response. You know the previous infection of the COVID. COVID এর জন্য যে ইনফ্লামেশনটাকে করেছে, ইমিউন রেসপন্সটাকে বাড়িয়েছিল to destroy the COVID virus, সেটা বন্ধ হয়নি। Any immune response, remember, any infective agent after its elimination, immune system এর কাজ কি? To recognize, to kill, and to eliminate the offending agent. After the elimination of the offending agent, if it is persist, that's immune response, that is dangerous for our body. That's why some checkpoints are there, some regulatory system is there, so that The T cell exhaustion is there. The T cell কে বলছে ভাই তুমি থামো, অনেক কাজ করেছো, অনেক এলিমিনেশন করেছো, বি সেলকে অ্যাক্টিভেট করেছো, অ্যান্টিবডি তৈরি করেছো, তাদেরকে মেরে ফেলেছো, অপসোনাইজেশন হয়েছে। After opsonizations, they kill the bacteria virus. There was nothing else. Don't stop it. Stop your response. Otherwise, if it's continue to response, that means hyperimmune response. That will detrimental for our own health, and that acts as a self antigen তাকে আমাদের non self হিসাবে ডিটেক্ট করবে, and that may transform into the hyperstimulation syndrome like the cytokine storm, etc., etc. So this immune system is broadly classified into two, that is innate and adaptive. Till now I am in the innate immunity. Now I am going to the adaptive immunity after the presentations by the antigen presenting cells. Right? So these small things are happening in case of any infecting agents. After the entry, always innate cells like macrophages and neutrophils helps to kill, but does not mean that the innate immunity will do all the things. If it happens, no problem. কোনো symptom আসবে না, তার আগে আমি বলবো মনে করো আমি কিছুদিন আগে এখানে রেস্টুরেন্টে খেতে খেতে একটা ব্যাকটেরিয়াল ইনফেকশন হয়েছিল, হয়তো মেবি, I don't know, but still, I have no problem. No inflammation is there. Inflammation will come in the GI tract. It means it's come. Is the diarrhea? Is abdominal pain? This is inflammation due to these interleukins. After the stimulation of the innate immunity cells, if it does not happen, that means our macrophages are strong, and macrophages, neutrophils, and kill the bacteria, and goes without any symptoms. As but still, if it is so much toxic virus or toxic bacteria, they are number proliferating day by day. Each and every 10 hours, 20 hours is proliferating in double. COVID virus. Doubling. If it is double, then our innate immunity system will help for only the presentations to the other strong, that is the adaptive immunity system. That will go for the T cell activations. Now my question is, what are the T cells? I am speaking about the T cells. What are the T cells? T cells is the T lymphocyte, and B cells is the B lymphocyte. Nothing else. But remember, B cells is mature in the bone marrow. But T cells is good to the কোথায় এলো? Thymus. কেন এলো? Question is that কেন এলো? For the training. What type of training? Training is that which T cell will act on the non-self antigen. যখন T cell এখানে আছে, তার মধ্যে CD4 and also CD8 দুটোই থাকে। Now this thymus gland এর মধ্যে there is a thymocyte cells, and they train T cells. 90%, remember, 90% T cells dies off. Only 2 to 10%, different journal is telling different. Only 2%, mainly 2% T cells are helpful for the adaptive immunity system to recognize antigen presenting cells and further action. এইখানে তার ট্রেনিং হয়ে যায়। কিভাবে হয়? Suppose this is a thymocyte cell. There is both AC1 peptides complex, and also there is MHC2 peptides expression are there. Some cells is predominantly trained with this one MSC1 কাকে বলে? CD4 না CD8? CD4 no CD4 যেটা কম সেটা বেশি। 1 means 8 and 2 means যেটা কম, that is 4. Remember, দেখো কাণ্ড, MSC1 and MSC2, 1 means কম, that means CD8 plus, 2 means বেসিক CD4 প্লাস ভুলবি না জীবনে, এটা ভুল করলে তো পুরো যেটা লিখবি সেটাই গেল। So these cells are trained as a some cells are having CD4 co-receptor and some T cells have, suppose this is the T cell receptor, T cell, and this is the T cell receptor is there, and this is the co-receptor. It is CD4 plus, and another cell is there, T cell receptor is there, and also this is CD8 plus. এটাও T cell, এটাও T cell. Trained in the thymus. তাহলে থাইমাস ওকে কি শেখালো? থাইমাস শেখালো যে তোকে অ্যান্টিজেন প্রেজেন্টিং চিনতে হবে। ও আগে থেকেই থাইমাসে MSC1 and MSC2 এর এক্সপোজারে আসছে। That's why T cell only recognize that antigen which is connected to the MSC. Clear? বলতে পারলাম? That's why this T cell is trained in the thymus for the recognition of the antigen cell preparation. That's why it is recognized in the thymus beforehand to activation by the antigen presenting cells. What is happening? It exposes both MSC1 and MSC2 in the thymus. Which cells are more predominantly attached, or it more predominantly goes to the attachment with the MSC2, this is classified as a CD4 cells, because it upregulates CD4 receptor and downregulates CD8 receptor. Remember, in the T cells after the bone marrow, it has both CD4, CD8 and also CD3. Sometimes it is written in your book that is CD3. CD3 is already present. CD3 এরও আছে, এরও আছে. This is CD3. এটা common. CD means cluster differentiation. Cluster differentiation 3 means it is a T cell. Both CD4 and CD8. But which co-receptor will be present, that is determined and trained in the thymus. That's clear. আর কিছু এখানে বলার কিছু নেই। Now, if so, suppose this is a কি এটা? Yes. Dendritic cell ওইভাবে অ্যান্টিজেন নিয়ে করে কি জিনিস এটা আনলাম? MSC আর অ্যান্টিজেন কে নিয়ে আসতে গেলে ওকে MSC সঙ্গে আসতে হবে, otherwise T cell will not accept because training হয়ে গেছে। So each T cell is specific for specific antigen. That's why adaptive immunity is a specific. এখানে অনেকগুলো আছে T cell, 2% যেটা এলো ছিল কম নয়, 2% cells each and every T cell is specific for specific antigen. Now this dendritic cell with MSC, suppose this is an antigen creating cell, that is a MSC, and this is a antigen peptides সে আসছে, is going on to কোথায় আসছে? Through lymphatics. কোথায় গেল? Lymph nodes where B and T cells are there. Yes, এখানে তো lymph nodes আছে, সেখানে T cell আছে. Suppose this is a lymphatics. Now this will recognize which cell? This is MSC. এটা কত? MSC 2. MSC1 এর স্ট্রাকচারটা হচ্ছে এরকম। Suppose this is a cell. And এইখানেতে আলাদা করে একটা এর কোনো ট্রান্সমেমব্রেন সেগমেন্ট ও ট্রান্সমেমব্রেন ডোমেন এর ইন্টারসেপ্টেড ডোমেন নেই। এটা কি জিনিস? আলফা 1, আলফা 2, আলফা 3 and this is beta beta 2 microglobulin. এটা হচ্ছে HC1 মলিকুল। ওর থেকে আলাদা, বুঝতে পারছিস? কারণ এটা জোড়া লেগেই তাই। বাট রিমেম্বার দিস alpha 3 site for MSC1 is important for the CD8 co-receptor binding. I know this is tough, but still you have to understand to going to be a rational doctor. So this way, this is the MSC2. That means which co-receptor will come? CD4. Very good. So this one, this segment of T cell will come. এটাকে যদি আমি এইভাবে আঁকি যে এটা একটা T cell and there is a T cell receptor, okay, T cell receptor, and this one, I suppose this one is a, yes, this is a CD4 co-receptor. It is called co-receptor. And this is called T cell receptor. This is antigen presenting cell, and these dendrite and macrophages, these cells are called professional antigen presenting cells. These are the professional antigen presenting cells. They are professional because it carries the MSC1, MSC2, and then present to the lymphatics to having the T cell, and this is the T cell receptor because MSC2. Then the question is that if in case of MSC1, if CD8 এর বাইন্ড করা জায়গা যদি আলফা 3 হয়ে থাকে, তাহলে তো কোশ্চেনটা করা উচিত ছিল এইখানে স্যার MSC2 এর ক্ষেত্রে কার সঙ্গে অ্যাটাচমেন্ট হবে রিসেপ্টরে? That is beta 2. That is beta 2. So this is alpha 1, alpha 2, and this is beta 1, and this is beta 2. So beta 2 connected to the co-receptor. Now my question is that it is complete for the activation of the T cell. আমি এটা করতে চাইছি কেন? করতে চাইছি to activate the T cell to form, because this T cell is called naive T cell, and now this will be formed into the helper cell. CD4 helper cell থাকে, এই তো আছে তো CD4 helper cell আছে তো, এই যে আছে। And so this is not a complete activation. এখনো activation হয়নি, because remember 3 signals is must for the T cell activations. Number 1, T cell receptor and MSC and peptide antigen connections, along with CD4 connection, the MSC beta 2 segment, and also there is a co-stimulation. This term is very important. This term is very important. That is co-stimulation. Co-stimulation. What is co-stimulation? মজার ব্যাপার হচ্ছে in the dendrite cell there is a protein in the surface that is called B7. That is called B7, and in the T cell there is a surface protein that is called CD28. This is CD28. Until unless co-stimulations by these B7 of antigen presenting cells and CD28 of T cell, there will be no T cell activation. There will be no formation of helper cell. There will be no activation of the B cell. There will be no memory cells. So that's why co-stimulation is very much important for the T cell activation. So this is very much important, antigen presenting cells B7 and CD28. This is called co-stimulation. This is called co-stimulation. So first interaction or first signal is MSC T cell receptor and CD4 interaction. First signal. Second signal is a B7 and CD28 CD28 is from the T cell site, and B7 is a from the dendritic cell or any antigen presenting cells. Now third one, after this co-stimulation, this dendritic cell will release interleukin 1. Interleukin 1 যে রিলিজ হবে টি সেল থেকে অ্যাক্টিভেশন করে, this will form interleukin 2, and this interleukin 2 helps to proliferate differentiation of the T cell. That means after the formation of interleukin 1 from the antigen presenting cells, it activates T cells, and then interleukin 2, and then helper cell after the proliferation and the differentiation. Interleukin 1 বেরোচ্ছে, interleukin 2 T cell থেকে বেরোচ্ছে, then helper cell formation is there. Then helper cell formation হয়ে গেছে। এই যে তোরা বই পড়িস helper cell এলো, এই যে এলো। In this way, if this MSC1 class CD8 co-receptor, then it is called cytotoxic. It is called cytotoxic T cell. It's not a helper cell. Cytotoxic T cells from MSC1, CD8 formation is that. Again interleukin 2 is there. Yes. ওর আলফা 3 তে লাগবে CD8 টা। Yes, মনে রাখলেও হবে, মনে না রাখলেও হবে, but remember this is in this way this is happening. My class is for the to give a input about the whole immune system, what is happening on daily day to day. So in this way the presentation is for formation of TH helper cell. Now my question is that different types of helper cells are there. Different types of helper cells is there. One TH2, TH17, TH regulatory, TH follicular. What are those? কেন দরকার? Antigen গুলো different আছে, because this TH1 is for the intercellular pathogens, that may be intercellular virus, that may be intercellular bacteria. Number 2, mostly parasites. 17, mostly fungi and extracellular fungi and extracellular bacteria. T regulatory. Remember I told that some regulatory system is there to check point of T cell. That is T helper regulatory cells which checks how, if time permits I will tell you. Then the follicular system is a different way. So in this way subtypes are there. এটা এবার কি করে করলো জানতে চাইলে আমি বলে দেবো, যদি anyone is interested how this happens. Suppose এইটা তো সবাই জানে, these are the for the parasites, মানে কোন থ্রেড ওয়ার্ম, পিন ওয়ার্ম, বাচ্চা পিছনে কুটকুট করছে, what is happening, how it is eliminating, not the advantage of mementage is going on, but because immune system is there. Immune system, what is happening, because this is the worm, এত বড় একটা ওয়ার্মকে ম্যাক্রোফেজ গিলতে পারবে না, তাহলে কি করবে? So some antibody will be formation will be there. Antibody formation করতে গেলে T cell কে activation করতে হবে, প্লাজমা সেল তৈরি করতে হবে, that's why antibody will form. তাহলে এত বড় কে ম্যাক্রোফেজ গবগব করে গিলতে পারবে না. So this is phagocyte is not possible for too much long these worms. So in this way কি করে, এটা কিছু করে T cell কে অ্যাক্টিভেট করে, কি দিয়ে করে, interleukin 4 এই মানটা interleukin 4 রিলিজ করে, then it activate these 9 T cell to form TH2 cells. Now the 2H cells releases interleukin 3, interleukin 5 and even the 30. প্রত্যেকটা কাজ আলাদা। My motive is not to remember but the procedures of the disease is happening. 3 means it recruits the formations of the IgE antibody. Number 1. Number 5 is activate mast cell degranulations. That's why there's the itching. And 13 is stabilize the mucous membrane, sticky, so that there is a power na pare. So in this way, they activate TH helper cell 2, and then again it activates B cell, then plasma cell antibody, and these antibodies will in this way lege jabe. Okay, antibodies, these worms will be this way. So it will causing the toxin, enzymes release বন্ধ করবে, interleukin 44 তৈরি করা বন্ধ করে, ultimately destroy হবে by fragmentations or antibody neutralizations. So in this way, these different types of interleukin 3 will increase the formation of IgE antibody. So in this way, my focus is that different types of subsets of T cells, helper cells are there to fight against the different types of antigens. In this way, T cells, helper cell helps to activate T cell. Activation of T cells is important for the B cell. Now B cell 17 T cell regulatory, T cell follicular. If T cell is activated, then how B cell will be activated? B cell, remember, B cell having this immunoglobulin. These are the B cell receptor. It is also immunoglobulin, but difference is that okay. So in B cell receptor are there. B cell receptors are there. Suppose this is an antigen. এটা হচ্ছে B cell. কি হবে যে এখানে অ্যান্টিজেন লাগবে, কেন অ্যান্টিজেন লাগবে? কারণ দিস অ্যাক্টস অ্যাজ এ ইমিউনোগ্লোবিন। বেসিক্যালি দিস B cell receptors আর ইমিউনোগ্লোবিন। ডিফারেন্স ইজ দ্যাট সাইটোসোলিক পার্টটা নেই। একটা ইমিউনোগ্লোবিনে যেমন এরকম করে থাকে তো, হ্যাঁ, তো এই পার্টটা ওর এই শেষের পার্টটা নেই, but still structurally and functionally this is a B cell receptor, is immunoglobulin, is a surface bound antibody. It is a surface bound antibody. মজার ব্যাপার হলো এই যে এখানে প্যাথোজেনস এলো, these are the pathogens, it engulfs এটাকে পুরো সিস্টেমটাকে এখানে নিয়ে আসে কিভাবে? ফর্মিং এ এন্ডোজোম। এইখানেতে এই সঙ্গে এক প্যাথোজেন ইজ देयर, তাহলে ইন্টারনালাইজড ইনসাইড দ্য বি সেল। সেম থিং, আবার এখানে এইটাকে ড্যামেজ করবে, সেলটাকে নিয়ে পেপটাইডস বন্ডস তৈরি করবে। বি সেলস এন্ডোপ্লাজমিক রেটিকুলাম আছে, এমএসসি 2 অ্যান্টিজেন নিয়ে এসে সে এখানেতে, সাপোজ দিস ইজ এমএসসি and this is a antigen. Same presentations, because I already told you that antigen presenting cells, B cells are antigen presenting cells. So in this way, after this attachment with the B cell receptor, B cell activation is possible. That is called T cell independent activation. But another is a T cell dependent. সেটা করতে গেলে ওকে প্রেজেন্টেশনস করতে হবে। সিমিলারলি সাপোজ এটা যদি ডেনড্রাইটিক সেল হতো, সেটা যা করতো, বি সেলের এখানে অ্যান্টিজেন প্রেজেন্টিং সেলস আছে, দেন এগেইন এখানে টি সেল আসছে, টি সেলের মধ্যে আমার টি সেল রিসেপ্টরস আছে, তারপরে আমার কো রিসেপ্টরস আছে, হ্যাঁ, MHC2 আছে। So these are the antigen presenting cell gifts, and again similarly this T cell will be activated. This activation যেই হয়ে গেল, সে B cell কে অ্যাক্টিভেট করবে through some cytokines, mainly interleukin 2 and this B cell activation, proliferation and differentiation. মানে আরো B cell and also some plasma cell. These plasma cells will produce antibodies. In this way, B cell activation is happening. It is also not a easy. এটা আমি যদি বলতে যাই তাহলে বহু কিছু হয়ে যাবে আর কি। But still it is happening in your classes, first year MBBS class. First remember, B cell, dendritic and macrophages are the antigen presenting cells. So whenever it indicates that the antibody is important for the phagocytic damage, and then the antibody formation, plasma cell will be must. Plasma cell will come from the B cell activation, and B cell activation will be done by the T dependent and T cell dependent or T cell independent. If T cell has to be activated, then antigen presenting cell must be there inside the lymphatics or lymph nodes, and so the antigen presenting cells presents with the T cell that is previously trained in the thymus. So that NAC2 is a CD4 stimulation and signal 1 and co-stimulation that is by the CD28 of T cell and B7 of the antigen presenting cells is a co-stimulation, and this completes the signal pathway, and then third signal is the interleukin 1 released from the T cell antigen presenting cells, and then again it activates the T cell releasing the interleukin 2. Interleukin 2 helps for the differentiations, memory cell formation, and also helper cell formation. Helper cell formation is CD4 cells, CD4 helper cells, and CD4 helper cells is different subtypes are there according to the pathogens types and pathogen locations, like helper cell 1, 2, 17, regulatory, and this way. Many subtypes are there, but not only these, 30 types of subtypes are there. So these subtypes are helps to recognize the antigen and how to act and how to act. And action is through the cytokines, releasing different cytokines help for the difference. Now the B cell receptors are there. There is a membrane bound receptors, membrane bound antibody, and when it is come to the antigen, is directly activate the B cell. There is a T cell independent. Now if it is involved and formations of peptides inside the B cell and presentations in the surface of the B cells with the NAC class 2, then it behaves as an antigen presenting cells. That means B cell behaves as an antigen presenting cells and present to the T cell that is specific for that antigen. T cell that is come into the in front of the antigen presenting cells, there is a specific for that antigen, not as a non-specific. So this come and B cell activation is going on. B cell is a differentiate into the plasma cell and some memory cells. Memory cell will release, stay there for the secondary immune response. এই যে আমাদের কোভিড হচ্ছে তাতে আমাদের কিছু টি সেল বি সেল রয়ে যাচ্ছে, if that same strain will come we have no symptoms in future, but still study is going on whether T memory or B memory is helping or not in this COVID. If it is helpful, that is a good thing. That is a 4th wave, 5 wave, 6 wave job হয় না কেন আমরা মরছি না. So that's why this 4 wave is going on, high fever is going on because this is the interleukin 1. Innate immunity system is strong in our body. It helps to detect the immune response, to halt the immune response to at the level of hyperimmune response. Some regulatory system are there. One of the regulatory system is T cell helper regulatory. What is that? That helper cell releases specific 17 interleukin 17. This one releases interleukin 17 and interleukin 22. This 17 helps. This 17 helps to release interleukin 10, which is anti-macrophage activity. তাহলে কি হলো? ম্যাক্রোফেজ কে বললাম তুই থাম, আমি ব্যাকটেরিয়া ভাইরাস যা এসেছিল মেরে ফেলেছি, don't overstimulate it, don't present to the T cell. If T cell presentation is going on, that will be problematic. T helper will come into action to release this interleukin 10 finally and interleukin 22, that's causing the antimicrobial peptides. Antimicrobial peptides are formed by the help of interleukin 22. In this way, some checkpoints is helpful. Another checkpoint is there, that is the pathway of the co-stimulation. I am not going to details in that case, but in case of co-stimulation phase, we can check that. If co-stimulation is inhibited, then T cell will not be stimulated. If T cell is not stimulated, then further it will go not for the B cell activation, T cell activation. B cell activation means plasma cell will not be formed, antibody will not form, and any complement system will not come to hyperstimulation, to give hyperstimulation. Okay, thank you. This is the most important class for your whole life. Go through a good books. If any doubt, come to me, because these things are happening in day by day. Thank you for tolerating me for the last 1 hour. This is a very complex chapter. I know it, but still I tried my best to understand you in a better way. Thank you very much.
How much is it today? What is the total volume of this test tube? Here. No. Answer. Here. 이ኛ무 এখানে বাবল নেভার ইনসাইড বাবল আছে ঠিক আছে Yes, how much? How much total volume? 13. Yeah. Right there.
এটা পাম্প স্ট্রেট রাখবে, স্ট্রেট পাম্প করে এটা এটা ভালো হচ্ছে। আর তুমি এইরকম যে এরকম করলে হবে না, পাম্প স্ট্রেট স্ট্রেট পাম্প দেন মিক্স। এই ড্রপর এদিকে উদয় করবে না, ठीक है। ऐसे डालोगे, ऐसे just incline this like this, slowly pull up. Last layer है ना, इसको पहले इसको दबा के रखो, दूसरे को दबा रहे हो, हाँ पहले दबाओ, हाँ उसको हाँ इधर, हाँ अब आ गया। देखो हाँ आ चुका है, आ चुका है। I will see. Background should be white. Background should be white.
বুঝলে দ্বিতীয়বার ধরা যাবে না, একবারই রাখতে হবে। বাকিদের বেশি হয়েছে, বুঝলে এই রঙটা হবে এটা বুঝলে thinking body organs. So the diabetes person will never, his body will never understand that thinking body is high. He will say it is almost normal because for him high is normal. So he will excrete less sugar, he will excrete less thinking body. The person who is suffering from chronic
I will. वो ठीक है, थोड़ा मोटा हुआ, क्यों? थोड़ा सेक कर दिए, थोड़ा सेक किए, कॉन्स्टेंट नहीं करना, सेक नहीं करना, ठीक है, थोड़ा सेक हुआ, क्योंकि आगे हुआ है, आधा टाइम लगेगा, बिल्कुल ज़्यादा देखो, ये तो इसमें क्यों इंटरेस्ट है ना, इसमें जो हमने उसमें कुछ सब दिखा रहा है, तो परफेक्ट नहीं किया है, इसलिए परफेक्ट, देखो थोड़ा सा रहा है, इससे ज़्यादा रहा है, पूरी ज़्यादा है, इससे बहुत ज़्यादा है, इसलिए समझ में आया, है? इसलिए doing not practical perfectly according to procedure. What if the procedure is the same procedure do perfectly? So today practically we are different body test for different body, that is Rotra test. What is different body? Acetone? Acetone? Only acetone. Only acetone. Acetone, acetoacetate, beta hydroxybutyrate. Very good. So out of three, acetone and acetoacetate is the. Then now you got positive. Now tell from this test you got once you wrong, you got the ring first thing. Now you tell. What name? Now you tell one specific test is the specific test. Yes, that is for only acetoacetate. That is your heart test. That is you are very good. Very good. Now you tell. Everybody, how it is synthesized? Where it is synthesized? Where it is synthesized? Liver.
or mouth or eye. If you take IV fluid, then you will be under starvation mode. So whenever you say that is fasting or starvation, always add this sentence. Neither per mouth, eating per mouth as well as eye. And a person is a non-ambulatory person, non-ambulatory patient in the hospital. If you want to measure fasting, what you do?
পিছনে কি আছে আমাদের স্ক্যাপুলা আছে এই স্ক্যাপুলা নিচে জাস্ট thoracic vertebra আছে there is nothing else okay so that's why you are taking posterior okay so what are the thing you could see what is this these are the spine of the vertebra see this is the spine okay spine of vertebra এবার সারফেস মার্ক নিয়ে কোথায় কোথায় আমরা স্পাইনটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট ফার্স্ট অফ অল হচ্ছে অক্সিপিটাল প্রোট্রুবারেন্স ঠিক আছে একদম মাথার পেছনে যেটা আছে অক্সিপিটাল প্রোট্রুবারেন্স এলিভেশন ঠিক আছে তারপরে ঘাড়ের পেছনে যেটা আছে সেটা হচ্ছে C7 যেটাকে আমরা কি বলছি ভার্টিব্রা প্রবলেমস ঠিক আছে তারপরে নেক্সট হচ্ছে নেক্সট ইম্পর্টেন্ট thoracic vertebra আছে T3 so T3 এবার how to show me T3 can you show here T3 টা কোনটা হবে so where is the apex of the lungs কতদূর অবধি extend করছে so just see this is the clavicle and here would be the sternum manubrium so above that 2.5 centimeter extension that is the apex okay so it is also the attachment of the Simpson fossa or cervical fluid because of T3 ঠিক আছে so this portion is T3 okay so next marking is T6. Why T6? Because from here scapula up to the sacrum, it is in between process. Okay, in between you will get T6. So C7, T3, T6, then sacrum. Okay, so in this picture, what you could differentiate? What is this?
Ribs.
These are the ribs. What is this? This is the this is the lung. No. Actually, stick would be better. So you could find this demarcation, right? So এটাকে কি border বলবো আমরা? এটাকে বলবো mediastinal border. এটাকে কি বলবো? Posterior border. What is this? This is the inferior border. So which one is the extension of the pleura? Up to how much? This is the lungs. It is lungs. 6, 8, 10. Very good. So when in which condition you get 6, 8, 10?
From anteriorly 6, mid axillary line, ওটা হচ্ছে 8, আর scapular line এর 10.
So three thing you have to see. First one is mid clavicle. Clavicle is there. So mid clavicle is 6. Then 8. 8 is mid axillary. Then back, that is scapular. That is the T10. Okay. So 6, 8, 10. So which one is the costodiaphragmatic basis? Which one is the costodiaphragmatic basis? So why we are saying this one basis? It is a part of diaphragm. Okay, it is a reflected part of the diaphragm. Here you are having costodiaphragm. So what is this? This is the cardiac shadow. Okay. So which one is the apex here? So this is the apex. Okay, apex of heart. What are the other thing you could identify over here? Pleura. Aortic knuckle. Aortic knuckle. Okay. So what is aortic knuckle? Definition.
Tip of the arch of aorta.
Tip of the arch of aorta. Okay, so that is known as aortic knuckle. Okay, so what is this? This extension. This is the lungs. This is the, you could see this shadow. This is the pleura. Okay, this is the pleura. So is there any anomaly here, or it is a normal chest X? Seems normal. Left axis deviation বলা যায় না, হালকা একটু মানে pneumonia type previous case হতে পারে. Okay, but it seems to be completely normal. Okay, normal chest. So how about this one? See this one? So it is looking like a barrel-shaped chest. Okay, so how many type of chest we could get? One is three types. Pigeon chest, barrel shape, and it's a funnel chest. Okay, so which one is known as the pigeon chest? কোনটা কি pigeon chest first? Pectus excavatum. কোনটা সেটা? সেটা funnel, barrel না pigeon chest. Pectus excavatum. If you get any depression in the zippy sternum, you will get or not. At the point of zippy sternum, you will get some kind of depression. So like even pectus carinatum. Okay, so that is only known as the pigeon chest. Okay, and excavatum konta? Barrel. Okay, so where the anterior posterior diameter would be decreased and which one there would be transverse diameter would be decreased? Barrel shape কি হবে? anterior posterior টা কমে যাবে আর এই ক্ষেত্রে বাড়বে transverse কমে যাবে. Okay, so this is the chest axis. So what are the anomalies you will see? This is the normal. So there would be some condition. Okay, pneumonia means there will be patches. There will be patches. So it could be also tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a consolidation. So what do you mean by consolidation? Consolidation মানে সেই জায়গাটা আরো ডার্ক হবে. সেই জায়গাটা আরো ডার্ক হবে. So what about pneumoperitoneum?
ওটা ওপেন হয়ে যাবে।
Opaque হবে মানে it will be more whitish in color, whitish in color. Okay, so that is pneumoperitoneum. So what about
নিউমোপেরিটোনিয়ামটা কালার মানে ওইটা তো সাদা দেখতে হয়।
সাদাতে থাকে? তো সেটাই তো রেডিও।
না কালোটা তো রেডিও
না,
না
সাদাটা রেডিও।
সরি সাদাটা রেডিও হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
সাদাটা রেডিও। So which would be radiolucent? Pleural effusion. Pleural effusion. আর আরেকটা জিনিস দেখা যায় in case of pleural effusion, trachea would be secret trachea usually কোন সাইডে থাকে? Right side এ, esophagus কোন সাইডে থাকে? Left side এ. So trachea would be deviated towards the left. Okay, so that is because of the more excess of fluid. Okay, so that is in case of pleural effusion. Okay.
ডিপেন্ড করে না কোন লাইনটা হচ্ছে
Yeah, obviously. That's why the bronchopulmonary segment. Okay. So in case of tuberculosis, you have to say which lobe is involved. Okay. Mainly the lateral and lower lobe. Which lobe would be involved in tuberculosis. Okay. So go to the next one. So it is a which type of X-ray it is? You have to say straight abdominal X-ray. Straight abdominal X-ray. Why we are asking? We are asking the patient to straight stand. Okay, in standing position we are taking and we are seeing in front. Okay, any other application, clinical aspect of straight X-ray abdomen? So which feature could be identified here? এটা কি দেখো? এটা তো urinary. এটা কি?
ইউরেটেড
So there is hydroureter. Isn't it hydroureter? There is the accumulation of urine. And if you see here also the pelvis, see the renal pelvis, there also it is dilated. Okay. So it is dilated. So this is the
হাইড্রোজেন
renal
ফর্ম হয়েছে
hydrogen. Stone থাকলে যা হবে, there is obstruction backflow করবে. So retrograde. So main thing there would be hydroureter as well as we could see there would be hydronephrosis. Okay, you could see a large renal pelvis. Okay, so this is the statement. So why I am asking what are the other applications? কি application?
अदर एप्लीकेशन ऑफ
Straight X-ray abdomen. তোদের পুরো abdomen complete হয়ে গেছে বল?
Spine problem.
স্পাইনাল প্রবলেম
একটা আমরা করেছিলাম কোর্ডিনাল ক্যাপ, মনে আছে? কোর্ডিনাল ক্যাপ, barium meal. Okay, barium meal. So in that also we are taking straight abdomen X-ray. Otherwise you could not identify. Okay, stone okay, so which type of photo is this one? Which type of specifically which type of diagram has been taken?
মানে অ্যান্টেরো পোস্টাল ওকে বল
না, anterior posterior না, এটা তো straight abdomen.
স্ট্রেট আপ
So এটাকে আমি কি বলবো? এটাকে আমি বলতে পারি KUB. KUB. Specifically যদি কিডনির যে কোনো প্রবলেম হয়, কিডনি ইউরিনারি ব্লাডার, we do KUB. Okay, X-ray KUB. Next one. So this is which type of picture? So see, there are two type of picture. One is full bladder. So we are asking patient, please have all the liquid, okay, water. So why we are asking? So that the bladder could be seen properly. What is the normal shape of bladder? Trigonal. So you could say when it would be completely round. কত ml হলে কত ml হলে?
500 ml.
More than 500 ml. More than 500 ml. So this one is the post contrast delayed film. Okay, so post contrast, this is the picture of KUB. Okay, this is the picture of KUB. Okay, next one. So could you see any peculiarity here? Hmm? Bob? So in geography, you will see like this. You have to mark. You have to write prominent bronchovascular marking. Okay. Prominent bronchovascular marking. That means this person has had suffered any kind of cold, cough, pneumonia. Okay. So you will mark it is a prominent bronchovascular marking. Anything else?
ইংলিশই হয়েছে এটা এলা ইংলিশই হয়েছে
You have to see the trachea. Okay. Trachea is slightly deviated. So some kind of effusion is there. But everything in the patch would be seen properly. Okay. And there is prominent bronchovaso. Could you see the bronchus both sides?
हाँ
Hold up.
এটা তো এত উপরে না ওটা তো কার্ডিয়াক নাকাল মানে আয়োটিক নাকাল
এই সাইডে হবে ওকে মেইনলি উই হ্যাভ টু সি দিস mediastinal surface okay so here if you see there are so many patches and it is radio opaque so we could see this is the type of some kind of pneumonia was okay then next one it is a so this is a knee but it is in a standing position okay so tell me what are the features you could get what is this it's a layman term condyles of hemar and this is the patella what is this condyles of tibia what is this surface above surface intercondylar eminence I am asking this area intercondylar eminence what is this tibial tubercle which structure is attached so ligamentum patelli is a tendon okay so it will develop which bone patella so it develops from tendon of which muscle কি করে ligamentum patelli তৈরি হয় the four quadriceps femoris so the vastus medialis lateralis intermedius and rectus medialis so together they will form one kind of tendon okay common tendon so common tendon will be inserted to the tibial tuberosity so what is STG sartorius and base ancillus what is that what does it mean goose foot okay so it is looking like a goose foot so what are the medial side so what are the muscle you get here এর মানে গত এক সপ্তাহ ধরে পড়েছিস ঠিক আছে বোঝা যাচ্ছে কি কি মাসল বললি এসপট সার্টোরিয়াস টিপট সেমিটেনোনিয়াস ব্রাসিলিস কিন্তু এখানে so what are the compartment muscle sartorius is a and this compartment anterior compartment semitendinosus is a posterior compartment and gracilis is a medial so three compartment muscle together they are inserted over here okay so what are the other thing you could see this is the fibula so does fibula takes part in knee joint no does patella take part in formation of knee joint patella hoga na it is just like a kneecap okay it is just saving the joint so could you tell me what are the attachment medial and lateral side কি কি attachment থাকে ACL এখানে বল ছটা স্ট্রাকচার খালি হলো কি কি আছে ACL মানে ওটা lateral meniscus medial side হয় suppose this is a medial side এখানে fibula আছে তার মানে এটা definitely medial side medial side কি কি থাকবে medial collateral ligament medial meniscus and anterior cruciate ligament এই সাইডে কি থাকবে posterior cruciate ligament lateral meniscus lateral collateral so among them in case of any fracture of the knee joint which structure is innocent innocent বলা হয় কেন বলা হয় মানে ওর কোনো দোষই থাকে না তাও ফ্র্যাকচার medial collateral ligament and which meniscus is steered more common medial okay মানে lateral দিকে আঘাত পেলেও medialটাই ঠিক আছে so why it is occurring so support কি আছে
সাপোর্ট নেই তো সাপোর্ট নো সাপোর্ট মানে
কি সাপোর্ট কেন মিডিয়াল সাইডে কোনো সাপোর্ট পাচ্ছি না
the complete key muscle locking the muscle the complete
so which side the attachment of complete lateral side কোন দিকে যাচ্ছে Just think about the popliteal fossa.
lateral side থেকে
ল্যাটারাল সাইড থেকে অরিজিন নিয়ে মিডিয়াল সাইডে আসছে এবং সেটাকে আমরা কি বলছি অবলিক পপ্লিটিয়াল লিগামেন্ট লাস্টে। তার মানে এই মিডিয়াল সাইডটাই কোনো সাপোর্ট পাচ্ছে না। ঠিক আছে, হুইচ ওয়ান ইজ দ্য আনলকিং মাসল, হুইচ ওয়ান ইজ দ্য লকিং মাসল?
quadratus femoris.
Popliteus unlocking muscle.
Popliteus unlocking, quadratus femoris locking.
Quadratus femoris locking. Always remember popliteus is the unlocking. Okay, so this is which view?
Lateral side.
That is lateral. Okay, so what is this area?
Popliteal surface.
Huh?
Popliteal fossa.
Femur নিচে।
Popliteus fossa.
কি সারফেস বলা হয় ওটাকে?
Popliteal fossa.
Popliteal surface, not popliteal fossa. Popliteal fossa is here. Okay, what is this?
Patella.
Patella. Okay, so you could see how it is only attached. Okay, patella is a schistoid bone, and how many bursas are there? Kiki bursa আছে? Set of bursa. So there is prepatellar, prepatellar, suprapatellar, infrapatellar, and peripatellar. So there are so many patellar bursa. So which one is the clergyman? কোনটা clergyman বলে?
Infrapatellar.
কোনটা হাউসমেট কি বলা হয়, কোনটা ক্লার্জিম্যান? প্রিপ্যাটেলারে তাহলে কি দেয়? প্রিপ্যাটেলার যখন হাউসমেট যখন মপ করে তো কোন জায়গাটায় প্রেসার পড়বে? এইখানটায় প্রেসার পড়বে না এখানে প্রেসার পড়বে? নিচেরটায় প্রেসার। ওকে, সো so that thing about the different. So you could find these are the two ribs. Okay, which are these two ribs? Here and here. So this part is open. Okay, so this is the two different type of rib. Okay, okay, that's it. You could find one shadow over here. So what is this?
No. Large intestine.
So whenever you are getting any dark color shadow, okay, definitely some kind of gas is there.
Large intestine,
Yes, this is a bowel. Okay, he is right. This is a bowel, coils of bowel. Okay, this is also coils of bowel. Okay, so here this is the head of the femur, and this part is known as capillary. Okay, so now we will discuss about the surface part. Okay, go to the dissection first.
শুনতে পাচ্ছ তো? The concept is health promotion and education. So perhaps you have the idea about what is health education? তোমরা কি বলতে পারবে? Who can say what is health education? Health education মানেটা কি? Just a minute. Knowledge about medical team. Anybody else? E field. अच्छा, medical field. Okay. Anybody else? Any idea? Health education. What I mean to say, what is health education? Health education বলতে আমরা কি বুঝি? What do you mean by health education? বাংলাতে তো আমরা বলতে পারি health is স্বাস্থ্য, education means শিক্ষা, স্বাস্থ্য শিক্ষা. What does it mean actually? What he told to have a basic integrated knowledge about medical field. So this is the terminology that he have used, that is medical. Health is different from medical. Medical is different one, health is different one. Okay. So anybody else? Health education means simply behavior that is not conducive for health. Okay, to change that behavior, that is health education. এটা চলে গেল, আসবে না? Okay. Now, there are different principles, there are different principles and methods of health education. First, I would like to brief you about health education. Okay, what is health education? Health education is the part of healthcare. Whenever you take care about health, health education is a part of that healthcare that is concerned with promoting healthy behavior. That is the main concern of health education. Whatever may be education, the type of education that we preach, what for? To promote healthy behavior. Say for example, can you give an example of an healthy behavior and as well as unhealthy behavior? বলো তো একটা হেলদি বিহেভিয়ার উদাহরণ দাও। Pardon? Huh? Yoga, practice of yoga. Okay, healthy behavior. Huh? আরেকটা বলো, washing hands with soap and water, healthy behavior. Before taking any food, we used to wash our hands with soap and water. After getting up from the bed, we used to brush our teeth. Is it? We eat healthy diet. We eat balanced diet. These are the healthy behavior. Unhealthy behavior, smoking. Okay, and another one, many things we do not know. Simple. Consumption of junk food. Next. Physical inactivity. Is it? Unhealthy behavior. Physical inactivity. Okay, leading sedentary lifestyle. These are also all these types of behavior. Accepting, smoking. If anybody asks you what are the unhealthy behavior, simply you will say alcoholism, addictions, smoking, these things. But definitely these are the unhealthy behavior. Apart from all these things, there are different n number of examples of unhealthy behavior. বলো, আবার চলে গেছে রে। Okay. So health education means is a part of healthcare that is concerned with promoting healthy behavior. Any type of care that we take to promote healthy behavior, that is health education. Ultimately, the goal of health education is to this one, to bring about a change in health behavior which are not conducive for health, which we do not want, which are not desirable. শুধুমাত্র just only if we tell don't smoke, definitely it's a part of health education. It is not wholly as health education, but it is a part of health education. Okay, so how to bring about a change in behavior? In the previous class I told you that if you can change in knowledge, suppose I do not have any knowledge, if you give me some knowledge about the ill effect of smoking, okay, I may quit smoking. So if you want to change the next one is a person's behavior may be the cause of a health problem, but it can also be the main solution. That is very important. Your behavior is your health problem, and again your behavior solve your health problem. So behavior is the main cause, and again we can say that each and every behavior is caused. Whenever we behave, the way we behave, generally we do not behave without any cause. Suppose you are wearing mask, there is a cause. You are sitting straight, there is a cause. Okay, without cause, no behavior can happen. We do not behave, we cannot behave without any cause. So person's behavior may be the main cause of a health problem, but at the same time, it can also be the main solution. Health education again is a process by which individual and group of people learn. What they learn? How to promote health, how to maintain health, and how to restore health. So health education is concerned with many more things, mainly how to promote health. Suppose my health strategy right now, these positions. Okay. So with the help of the health education is such a process through which we can help people at individual level, at a group level, in the mass situations. It can promote health at the same time, not only to promote, but at the same level maintain and sustain health, and third one is restore health. Okay. Suppose once a behavior has been changed, the way we want to change by advocating them, with increasing their knowledge, with increasing their attitudes, automatically once the change has been brought out, it is very difficult to again come back to the next position. গেল কোথায় রে? Now, again, a definition of health education that may come in the examinations, very important. A process aimed at encouraging people. Health education is a process which encourages people, number one, to want to be healthy. Because people may not eager that yes, they should be healthy. Fine. So this is a process through which we can encourage people to want to be healthy, number one. Next, to know how to stay healthy, and third, to do what they can individually and collectively. What for? Maintain health. And next one, again, to seek help whenever needed. So these are the points. Number one, through health education, what we can do, we can encourage people that proteke we have to become healthy. We have to be healthy. Everybody must be healthy. And at the same time, to know people how they can be healthy. And number third, what they can do to become healthy, either individually or collectively. And last ones, say for example, few health problems are there, individually or collectively you cannot solve the problems. You require the help of the others. Say for example, you require the help of the organized sectors. Say for example, suppose the marks is available in the market, you can purchase the marks. But at the same time, question of vaccinations against the coronavirus. Okay. So somebody should be there, some organization should be there. Okay. However, you can go for help, you can go there and vaccinate yourselves for the reasons to seek help where needed. That definition was accepted by Almata Declarations in the year 1978. Perhaps you know the name of the Almata. It's a town, it's a city in the then USSR, where the first primary healthcare conference was held in the year 1978. Okay. In this conference, that definition was adopted by WHO. Again, another definition was given by WHO. Health education means any combination of learning experiences, whatever things you have learned through your very many experiences designed to help individuals and communities, what for? To improve their health. Any learning experience. Say for example, before that, new novel coronavirus was not there. Okay. Now, novel coronavirus has come. Previously, say for example, in earlier years, in earlier days, usually people used to wash their hands after defecation, not only with, not with soap, but with mud. Is it? Perhaps you know, you did not listen, you did not hear that previously, especially the rural people, the people of the rural areas, they do not have the opportunity to get the soap after defecation, because you see, they used to defecate in the open field. During that time, sanitary latrine was not available. Till today, in the villages also, you can find that few people also used to defecate in the open field. If they go to the open field for defecation, how they can get this soap? They do not have any idea till today that it is harmful. Clear? So, through their experience, they have learned, no, it is bad. Nowadays, automatically they have changed their behavior there, and nowadays they are using sanitary latrine, okay, for defecations, and after defecations, they are using this either hand wash or soap with water to wash their hands after defecations. So, individuals and communities improve their health. How? That I told you, even if they did not know about the bad impact of open defecations. So, in the passage of time, once they have gained knowledge, so it is the process by which their knowledge will be increased and their attitude will be influenced by. So, this is the definition of health education. And next definition, same things what I have written here. Health education is a process to bring about change in undesirable behavior which are not conducive to health. Clear? That is the definition of health education. Now the goal. Before that it was there. Goal of health education. Ultimate goal of health education is what? To bring about change in the behavior. Once behavior has been changed, what type of practice they will start so as to adopt the recommended health practices by the individual. Prescribed health practices are there. Okay, in our day-to-day life. Whenever we fall sick, we have to think about the causes, then we have to go to the doctor. In the morning, what do? Once we woke up from the bed, what do? We brush our teeth. That is the healthy practice. This is recommended. So, in health education, we have to bring about change in health behavior so as to practice the adopted or recommended healthy behavior. Now, perhaps you have the idea about the difference between goal, objective, aim. Ache idea ache. What is goal? What is objective? What is aims? There are three words. So definitely there is a difference between objective, between goal and aims. So I already told you what is the goal of health education. Ultimate goal of health education is to bring about a change in behavior, which is not good, which is not desirable, which we do not want, which are not conducive. Okay, that was the goal. Okay. In general, goal is in general, and then aim means what? Just from the goal we deduct some aim. That means not objective. Aim means a general standard for the general sex, not pinpointed. That is the aim. So what is the aim of health education? To encourage people to adopt. Means we are encouraging people, not we are showing, not we are telling directly, yes, you do it. Okay, but in the objectives, you do it within certain days or certain months or certain time. That is the objective. But in case of aim, just general, we are trying to encourage people. What for? To adopt and sustain, promoting health lifestyles and practices. Sustain health promoting lifestyles and practices. We encourage people. What is that? What is the meaning of this health promoting lifestyles and practices? To adopt and sustain. We have to adopt what are the type of practices that is healthy. Can you give again one healthy lifestyle practices? To adopt healthy practices. Healthy practice. Can you give one example of healthy practice? নিচে যায় না লাভার কাছে যায়. Healthy practice. Brushing the teeth 2 times. Okay, that is also a healthy practice definitely. But I want more specific apart from the directly related to health. Wash your hands before taking food. Okay. Anything else? Directly, this is the direct. This is direct. Indirectly, but that is health promoting behavior. Exercise. Daily exercise. Physical activity. That is the health promoting behavior. Health promoting lifestyle. So you have to adopt it and sustain it. That is the aim of health education. Next, to promote proper use of health services available to them. Once we have the resources, we have the health services, right from the ground level, sub-center, PSC, BPSC, then sub-division hospitals, district hospitals, then state hospital, medical colleges. These are the facilities, health facilities available to us. So we have to use. So through health education, the aim of health education is to encourage people to use the existing health services or available to them. And next, the aim of health education is to arouse interest among the general people. We have to provide knowledge. What knowledge? That knowledge that they did not have before. Okay? Or they had the wrong knowledge. Okay? Bhool. Okay? We have to correct this knowledge or we have to provide new knowledge. What for? For adopting healthy behavior. Only knowledge is not sufficient. So for example, suppose if we have the knowledge, still maximum people, those who used to smoke or those who used to drink alcohol, they may know. And at maximum percentage, a certain percentage people know bad effect of alcohol or smoking. But they smoke, they used to drink alcohol because they do not have attitude, proper attitude towards the knowledge. So in order to change the health behavior, not only to provide knowledge, but also to improve our skills. Say for example, suppose we are asking you, yes, about the health promoting lifestyle, washing hands. But how to wash your hands? The technique is there. So we have to improve skills. At the same time, we have to change the attitude. If knowledge is there, if attitude is positive, then only we can think rationally, for wise decisions. Okay? For right decisions, what for? To solve our health problems. And next one, to stimulate individuals and community self-reliance. That means we have not to, stage will come when we have not to depend upon others. Okay? Community will be self-reliant. That means within the community, everything will be available. Okay? And with the help of this participation of the people, until and unless people participate, no health program can be successful. So participate to achieve health development. And this is the objective. Specifically, this is the objective. What I told you about the aim of goal of health education, what is the goal of health education? That is very important. Simply one sentence. Can anybody tell? Repeat. To bring a change. To make a change. Okay. To bring about change, or make means directly you are not doing. That's why I am telling to bring about change. Okay. To bring about change, a behavior which is not desirable, which is not healthy, which is unhealthy, which you do not want, which is not conducive for health. That is the goal. Okay. Aim through different things. And next, objective. First is informing people. You have to inform people. Any type of health problems, we have to inform people. Because you see, suppose say for example, if I tell you that yes, coronavirus will spread through, what is the mode of spread of coronavirus? Your coronavirus ছড়াচ্ছে through droplet infections, through sneezing and coughing. Okay. So until and unless we inform people about this, people will not be cautious. People will not be aware. Then perceptions will be there in the minds of the people that if we use, then how to protect ourselves. Once the portal of exit is through mouth, through nose. So we have to close it. Then only I cannot spread and this coronavirus will not enter into the mouth or nose, through the nose or mouth of the other individuals, and it cannot reach to the lung, respiratory tract, cannot attack the respiratory tract. So information is very important. First objective of health education is to inform people. Mere information is not enough. Many people knows the use of using mask, wearing mask. How many people right now are using masks? That means information is not enough to change the behavior. What to do? You have to motivate people. Once people will be aware, that means they have the knowledge, you have to motivate them. That is the second objective of health education. We have to motivate people about this thing, okay, to bring about a change in behavior. And third one is guiding into action. How to do it? You have to guide it. Okay. Say for example, you say, suppose a mother has come to you with a lean and thin baby. What you will do? You can inform her, okay, there is a health center to go. Is motivated enough to attend there, to go to the health center, but she does not know how to go. So you have to guide her so that she can take an action. So these are the objectives of health education. So goal, aims and objectives. Previously I discussed about the definition of health education. Now, while you will go or you will be interested to change the health behavior of the people, there are some principles that you have to keep in your mind. Then only you can be able to change the behavior of the people. The first principle is health education should involve free discussions. What is that? Not like this. Now this is free discussion because I am saying one sentence and asking questions to you. This is called free discussion. Okay? Health education should involve free discussion. Until unless there will be a free discussion, until unless you will get the opportunity to ask me for your clarifications, your behavior cannot be changed. Because I cannot understand whether you understood what I told or not. What I told, whether you understood or not, I cannot understand. For the reasons, always discussions will be there, not the didactic lecture. Okay? Health education will involve free discussion. Next one is tell only what is needed. That is second principle that you have to keep in your mind. One principle, second principle ki bollam? What I told you? Tell only what is needed. যতটুকু দরকার ততটুকুই আমি বলবো. If I say so many things, it will jumble in the minds of the individuals. Okay? What we have to do? We have to tell the bullet points. Only the salient points we have to tell. We have to tell about the important points only. Okay? Say for example, I am discussing about this malaria or say for example corona. If I go to discuss about the diarrhea, all these things, it will jumble. So people cannot take it. For the reasons, you have to minimize the content. Only the bullet points, the form of the message, single sentence you have to tell. Do not give conflicting and contradictory information. What is that? Say for example, an ambiguous word, avoid ambiguous word. So that no conflict will arouse in the minds of the human being. Say for example, if I say, up to 6 months, continue exclusive breastfeeding or practice exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months. What is the meaning of that? Bolo? Up to 6 months. Practice exclusive breastfeeding. বাংলাতে বলা হচ্ছে 6 মাস পর্যন্ত শুধুমাত্র বাচ্চাকে বুকের দুধ দেবেন। এটা বললাম। mothers will be there, or say the patients will be there. Okay, you are the doctor, you will be doctor. So if you preach or if you disseminate this type of message, is it the correct message? Do not give conflicting and conflicting attitude, conflicting information. Is it conflicting? Somebody can understand 6 months means koto? 6 months means 5 months plus 1 day. Is it? 6 মাস হলো? কেন হলো না? 5 মাস একদিন আমরা 6 মাস পড়ে গেছে। You can understand right now, but general guys may not understand. 6 মাস means কত? 6 মাস পড়ে গেল, 5 মাস কমপ্লিট হয়ে গেছে, 6 মাস দিলাম, 6 মাস 3 দিন দিলাম, 6 মাস 4 দিন দিলাম, but 5 মাস 3 days. Say your age is 26. What does it mean? 25 plus means 26. Say for example, you are eligible to apply for the post, a single post, up to the age of 25 years. Then it is not mentioned. Up to 25 years. Your age 25 years, 1 month. Would you be eligible to apply? তুমি কি অ্যাপ্লাই করতে এলিজিবল? কেন নয়? 26 বছর পা দিয়েছি আমরা বলি ইন বেঙ্গলি। ইজ ইট? তাই না? এই যে the message should be practice exclusive breastfeeding বলতে হবে এরকম, completed 6 months. So this is not, then this is not the conflicting and contradictory. Say for example, suppose you are telling something else, 3 days antibiotic, somebody is telling 5 days, somebody is telling 7 days. Definitely it will vary according to the severity of your disease, but sometimes that doctors may ignore. Oh, 3 din khao, 3 days only. তোমাকে satisfied হলো না, then he or she can go to the other doctor. সে বললো 5 দিন খাও, কনফিউজ হয়ে যাবে, ও ডাক্তার বললো 3 দিন, এ বললো 5 দিন। What is the matter? If you say 3 days, then you have to tell them why I am telling 3 days. Interest and participation. The message, the information that will percolate, that will disseminate, is very interesting, should be very interesting. That means the pitch, the tone, the voice, the way you are using to tell the message, it must be interesting so that people will be attentive. Otherwise, if the people do not feel interest, they will not practice it, they will not follow it. And at the same time, people's participation is necessary. Again, I am giving one example. Suppose we are organizing immunization sessions for the children. If the people do not turn up, then if the mother do not bring their child for immunization, do you think your immunization program will be successful? No. That means people's participation is necessary. That is the principles of health education. And next, that is again very important. You as an educator or you as a doctor should make yourself acceptable to the patients, to the community. How you can be acceptable? Your dress pattern, your communicable ability, your knowledge about the subjects, your skills, and ultimately your behavior. Your behavior, that is very important. You must be friendly with your patients. You must be sympathetic and you must also be empathetic, so that they will accept you. Then only the patients will come to you. Next principle is reinforcement. Reinforcement means reinforcement means bar, many times. If it is required, same things, same sentence, same message, you have to repeat. Hammering. That is called reinforcement. That is the principles again of health education. Next principle is learning by doing. There is a Greek proverb, perhaps you can remember, if we read, we may forget. If we read, we may forget. If we see, we can remember. If we do, we can learn. কি বললাম রিপিট করো তো if we read, this is a Chinese proverb, that is important. If we read, we may forget, or if we hear, we may forget. If we see, we can remember. If we do, we learn. So that is the proverb that is applicable in case of health education. To bring about a change in the human behavior, you have to do, then only people will learn. That means what you will tell, you must practice. As a doctor, what you will tell, you must practice. You will advocate people, you will advise people, ফুচকা খেও না, do not smoke, but যখন পেশেন্ট চলে গেল তুমি সিগারেট খাচ্ছ, what will happen? People will not believe you. তুমি বলছো তুমি সিগারেট খেও না, but you are smoking. Okay, for that reasons, learning by doing. That is the principle. What you will tell, you must follow, you must practice. Because who will be the celebrity? People will follow you. So whatever you will tell, you must practice. And next principle is known to unknown. That means simple to complex. Whenever you would like to change in the behavior, what you have to do? You have to assess the behavior of the people, what they know. Say for example, if you ask people, acha, ম্যালেরিয়া কি করে হয়, কি বলবে মানুষ বলো তো, দি ভিলেজেস, হ্যাঁ বলো বলো, মশার কামড়ে, এটা জানে মশার কামড়ে হয়। ওকে, so start, if you want to provide health education, or if you want to change the behavior of the people regarding this mosquito-borne disease, how to protect themselves from the mosquito-borne, or rather I should say vector-borne, all the vector-borne disease, you have to ask the questions like this: how malaria spread? Through mosha. That, but they may not know which mosquito malaria. তোমরা বলতে বললে পালতেও পারো, female anaphylaxis mosquito. But how people may not know. So you have to start with malaria spread through simple mosquito. Then they will start. Okay, yes, আমরা জানি, we know that malaria spread, or mosquito spread malaria. Malaria is spread by mosquito. Then you can start which mosquito, how it looks like, when they used to bite, which mosquito, when they used to bite, কোন মশা কখন কামড়ায়, then কি রোগ হতে পারে, then why do you all of you are using mosquito nets? তখন ওরা বলবে হ্যাঁ বেশিরভাগ লোক খাটায়, বেশিরভাগ খাটায় না, কেউ কেউ মশারি খাটিয়ে শোয়, কেউ কেউ শোয় না। why do you use mosquito nets? বলে মশার কামড় থেকে বাঁচাতে। ওকে, কেউ কেউ বলে মশার কামড় থেকে, কেউ বলে ম্যালেরিয়া আসতে। স্টার্ট লাইক দ্যাট, you have start teaching, health teaching from that. Then it is personal protection. In this way you have to start, that is known to unknown. Next one is use of audiovisual aids. While talking the communications, I told you that your communication class এ ছিলে কেউ, আমার ক্লাসে ছিলে না, ফার্স্ট ক্লাস communication class এ ছিলে, what I told you, that communications will be more and more effective if more than one sensory organs is involved. যখন একের অধিক সেন্সরি ইনভলভ হবে তখন তোমার বুঝতে শিখতে সুবিধা হবে। So this is the principle, use audiovisual aids. That means whenever you talk with the people, whenever you preach health teaching, You have to use different audiovisual aids. What audiovisual aids I am using now? Right now? Am I using any audiovisual aids? What? Or blackboard, PowerPoint. So with which machine? কি মেশিনের মাধ্যমে পাওয়ারপয়েন্ট আমি চালাচ্ছি? এটা তো রিমোট হাতে আছে, এটা থাকলে হবে? ওখানে মেশিনটা আছে দেখো। হ্যাঁ? লাউড স্পিকার, এলসিডি প্রজেক্টর কোথায় আছে? মাউন্টেড আছে। এই তো this one with the help of this wall mounted LCD projectors, that is audiovisual aids. So যত পারবে, whatever may be the number of audiovisual aids you must use in the doctor's chambers. Perhaps you have visited, so many charts, so many diagrams are there. কোথায় থাকে? এদিকে নয়। If doctor face like this, back of the doctors, because patients will be seated there, they will see these audiovisual aids, then they can learn. And next one is feedback. What is that? What is the meaning of the feedback? Feedback কাকে বলা হয় জানো? Everybody knows the meaning of the feedback. বলো। Yes. What you are telling, that is correct. Feedback means the response. Feedback means the response. So feedback is very important. Suppose you organize any program, a teaching program, or you asking some things to the patients. Okay, you told something to the patients. Until and unless you get feedback from the patients, you cannot be certain whether they have understood or not. So feedback is one of the most important principles of health education. And last one is communications must be good. Whatever we tell, that must be clear, that must be short, that must be brief, that must be in their own language. ইংলিশে বলা চলবে না, তাদের নিজেদের ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে বলতে হবে। নট অনলি দেয়ার ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ বাট অলসো দেয়ার ওন ভার্বেটিম। কথ্য যে ভাষা সেখানেই বলতে হবে। what they use, you must use this type of word, then they will think yes, it is for us. Okay, so these are the principles of health education. And last, just 2 or 3 minutes I will take without this. Another concept is nowadays health promotion, health education and health promotion. So what is health promotion? Again, same thing in a broader way, like the difference between community medicine and public health. Okay, health education is a part of health promotion. So what is health promotion? Health promotion is a process of enabling people to gain control over and improve health. To gain control over means to gain of what? To gain the to gain the factors, the determinants of health. What are the health determinants? That has been taught. Somebody has taught you. Determinants of health, সেইগুলোকে কন্ট্রোল করতে হবে। Then only it is called health promotion. Health promotion is a process that enables people to gain control over the determinants of health and improve health. All the determinants you have to control. That is health promotion. So what are the determinants? That has already been discussed. বলো, কমিউনিটি মেডিসিন ক্লাসে পড়ানো হয়েছে। Determinants of health, একটা তো জানো, lifestyle. One of the important determinants of health, lifestyle. That is most important determinant. Your lifestyle determines whether you will be healthy or not. If you take junk food, if you become physically inactive, if you smoke, if you have so many stress, if you use alcohol, automatically what will happen? You will become unhealthy. If you can control all these things, including the diet, physical activity, so your health will be improved. You can be able to promote your health. Now, 5 minutes more. What I discussed, what I told you, give feedback, ask questions to me about health education. What is not health education? What is health education? Forget about the definition, goal of health education. তাও তো আমি মাত্র এখন পড়াইনি। Principles of health education. Then next class, methods of health, how to provide health education with different methods or educational methods. The lecture itself is a method of health education. So many teachers are delivering lectures to you. It's a method of health education, nothing but. বলো এখনো 5 মিনিট আছে হোয়াট এভার কোনো প্রশ্ন নেই মনে তোমাদের বোঝা গেল কিছু হোয়াট ইজ হেলথ এডুকেশন বলো তো হোয়াট ইজ হেলথ এডুকেশন ইন ওয়ান সেন্টেন্স টু বাস simple things to bring about a change in behavior which is not desirable, that is health education. Okay, thank you very much.